Episode 1 Tornology. Let's go.
Let's get it. Then I could do an episode. I could do a episode with my standing mic.
That would be fire.
Bro, I made the lights. I tried to make them purple.
That's true. I could do that actually.
That's about what we're gonna get.
You can see it on the back of my fucking YouTubes. All right, Trover.
All right.
This is Tornology.
We're here. Episode 1.
Indeed.
Let's
sir.
get it.
Well,
we've been planning this for a long time.
Jesus Christ. Minute. It's been like
it's
2 months in the making, damn near, I feel.
Right? We've been fighting, getting our logo made.
Oh,
fighting, figuring
Honestly,
out who's going to be on it.
The logo is probably the one part that took so long. Like, it's insane. But we finally got the logo, as you can see, up in the top. Looks fire. Me and Ruppid putting in some good grind hours on that logo. Shout out, Ruppid.
I didn't do nothing.
You looked over. You were like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. It could be better, but,
my expertise.
Yeah, my expertise.
Yeah.
But how, like, in the gracious words of Paul Rudd, look at us.
Look at us.
Who would have thought?
Indeed, Trover. It's crazy that, like, a little bit less than a year ago, we didn't even fucking know each other.
Right?
And now we're like co-hosting a podcast. Surreal.
Dude.
Crazy. And we're both leads. Like, what?
Right? Like, became leads. I think I've been in Torn for like a year.
I've almost been in Torn for a year. September. Joined September of 2023.
I joined, I think 2022. I think I'm going on 2 years. Maybe a year. I don't know. I keep forgetting. It's been so long.
Funny enough, I actually scrolled back through my like Twitter timeline, figured out what date I got posted, and I was like, went into my calendar and I was like, Torn anniversary, 1 year.
Hell yeah.
I'm so bad at like remembering like birthdays and dates in general.
Oh, dude, same. Like,
it's horrible.
I've got like a bunch of stuff in my phone. Because you could sign up for like CDL news, and in my calendar I had like, oh, today, Thieves versus OpTic play, and then like below that'd be like OpTic versus Thieves, because I had both OpTics and LATs like schedules.
Oh, okay.
So it was funny seeing them back to back, but the names were just flipped. I was like, oh, okay,
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
I already heard
man,
this, cuz.
Which one do I want to watch? Do I want to watch LAT versus OpTic or OpTic versus LAT? I'm kind of confused.
Real shit. But that's a good segue there, Trover. Let's go ahead and, like, introductions are gone. We're done here.
Right.
Actually, goodbye. We're done.
Yeah,
outro now.
See you guys.
No, but let's talk about champs, dude. That shit was crazy. We got FaZe ending top 6, which is the worst in their CDL era to end at a champs.
That is nuts.
OpTic winning champs, which it's been about 7 years, I believe, since OpTic won the last champs, or since OpTic has won the last ring. Shout out the OpTic dynasty. And then
that was because I was not Crimp. That was Crim. I was Crim, Scump, Formal, and Karma.
Yeah.
Right.
DB3 or wait, what?
See,
DK3. What the fuck?
I actually was on Twitter like not too long ago before we started recording, and Shotzi was talking about how Karma was like ready, like he had VOD pulled up and was like just mumbling to himself like, yeah, Kismet goes here, like their Skies goes here, like giving him like breakdowns. And I was like, dude, that's a coach. Like, that coach is getting a ring no matter what. It's happening. And then Dashy was like, yeah, dude, we got into the free-for-all. He wouldn't even give me a freebie. Like, he was like, I couldn't buy a kill off him, dude. I was like, that's a coach that is like, I'm getting my 4th ring. Like, let's lock in. It's time.
Dude, Karma's the GOAT. I feel like we have to, like, #1 COD player of all time. I feel like it has to be him now.
I
4 rings. He's the only one with 4 rings.
he is.
I mean, if you take out his coaching, he's still top 3 in my opinion.
Right. Dude, I really think the top 3 are all like OpTic players.
No, they
like,
are. They
like
are.
OpTic, dude,
Which
OpTic
is crazy because
like,
Skunk didn't win that much.
he didn't win a lot, but it was just like his overall. I feel like it's just his overall like stats. You
Yeah,
know,
it's overall performance
like
and everything.
just like even if he lost, he was still like outperforming like the top team.
Yeah.
He's kind of in a way kind of like simp. He's been playing this past like played champs. Like his team finished top 6, but he fucking performed. Like it wasn't like he didn't perform. He performed.
No, yeah.
So it's insane to think.
And there's fucking Crim 6 and Formal. It was Formal.
But,
Formal, in my opinion, is like FPS GOAT in general, just because like
that dude.
But like I think him and Shotzi are like 1-1 though, because Shotzi won a ring in Halo.
Yeah.
And so is Formal.
Dang,
Halo.
Shotzi now technically has 3 rings.
Yeah, 3
He's
rings.
won a ring
2
in
different games
Halo.
with 3 rings.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
I think I haven't watched CWL or like a lot of the CDL. I'm trying to get more into it, but out of what I can tell, like OpTic has always just had like great players. Like I didn't know Formal, you know. Like, everybody's like, dude, Formal is like one of the greatest players of all time.
Oh no, yeah. Formal was like so fucking good, dude. I know it, I feel like it's definitely like bait or like trolling out of him for saying that for saying that he's gonna come to BO6 and play professionally. But like I would love to see it, dude. Formal was so good.
Dude, and then, everybody brings up the question of like if he comes back, who's getting dropped, who's getting like
well, that's the thing. What if he didn't come back and play for OpTic? It wouldn't be the first time.
True. Yeah. Because there was a team that it was in Halo. There was like a team that needed him to sub in, and I can't remember who it was. But like
I think it was Sentinels maybe or FaZe. It was one of those two, I believe.
Yeah, it was like a red team because I remember him talking about it on. They did like it's not the breakdown or the process. It was like the table or something like that, where it was it was him, Krim, Scump, Carm, and then Hitch, and they were just talking.
Oh yeah, when they did like the Dynasty kind of podcast thing.
Yeah, and he was like, he was like, yeah, I remember asking Hex if it was okay, and Hex was like, sure. He's like, I went on to face OpTic and we won, and I looked over at the boys. And he's like, it was so weird waking up that day and not putting on an OpTic jersey. He was like going out there putting on a Sentinels jersey, like arriving with OpTic and then leaving them, and so it was weird, but I love it. And I don't think he could stop competing. I feel like if he retires from Halo, he'll go on to play something else.
No, I think, no lie, I think Valorant might be next, bro. He's so good at Valorant too. It's so crazy. Because like that's a whole different input there.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know. I felt like for me, like, I'm not great at either controller or mouse and keyboard. Like, not up to their standard, but I feel like there was definitely like a major learning curve, and like watching him play, I was like, damn, maybe there's not. Maybe I'm just shit.
This dude, I watch him sometimes on his streams, and he'll be playing Halo, and then he'll be playing Apex, and I'm like, okay, so this is like a different movement. Like Halo, you're not slide canceling down a hill or having like super strong aim assist. He hops on. He sits back in his chair. Like I've seen him just sitting there, just like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, I don't know how he plays like that. I have to hit the gamer stance. I have to be like, all right, yeah, he's cracked 120, 120.
Like Nick Merckx. Like, yeah. I'm in my screen sometimes. Shit, I gotta lock
like
in.
Illy or some shit.
Oh, dude.
Illy or Hook.
I'm gonna say this. Speaking of Illy, like off topic, I feel like he's getting a bad rep right now. But that man was tweaking at that major, dude. He was on something. I'm sorry. I know.
I don't know what's going on with that dude. He just past 2-3 years, it's just been down the drain. Like it's been a massive like downhill like decrease in performance. And like when he was on OpTic, he had some good plays. When he was on Surge, he had some great plays. But like I don't know, dude. Like after tweaking like that on main stage and
Oh,
not doing anything for the rest of the year. That's the second time he's done that. He's been dropped and just hasn't done anything for the rest of the year.
like, dude, I saw Twitter blow up when he did that, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? I look, he's like, so yeah, dude, we came out, and I'm like, bro, what are you on? Like, you are tweaking.
Oh yeah.
Like this man like snorted G Fuel, like did something before this interview or something.
Yeah.
Like I know Monster Energy. I know it don't do that to a man.
No,
Like
real shit. Monster Energy don't do
no,
shit, bro, to
I would
me.
say, but him, he's like, you know, we came. I'm like, bro, like breathe, take a deep breath,
And like people were
breathe.
talking about like, oh, it's nerves, it's adrenaline. And I'm like,
Oh no,
um, this guy's won like a lot of shit. I don't think he's that nervous.
I was say, I think the only thing you do with nerves is maybe stutter a couple times or just be lost for words. This man was shaking, wasn't looking at Bryce, looking down at the ground, would look up at the crowd. Dude, he's
And
shaking like he's having
he was wide
withdrawals.
eyed as shit. He's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Like, and, you know, we did good. Like, bro, somebody had to
Chill.
take him backstage. Like, whatever you're on, bro, that Addy is not helping you,
Yeah,
dog. Like,
it's crazy. It's for sure crazy as fuck. But
dude, it was just
back to champs though. We gotta talk about it. It's the big thing, big thing, big thing. So
right.
you're a huge LAT fan.
Top four, baby.
Senior boys in top four after very iffy hit or miss year. I feel like
Dude,
that's crazy. Like as a fan, but not even as a fan. Like as a player, that's just like damn.
I
We did not win a single event, and we landed top 4 at champs.
I think so. Like I said, I didn't watch a lot of the CDL, but this off season, I watched a bunch of CDL for Modern Warfare 2. Like I watched us win Major 4. You know, and then come like damn near last in champs last year. But dude, this off season, when it was like Octane's retiring, I'm like, oh, all right, so we're gonna pick up a new fourth. That's all right, you know, that's whatever. Oh, Draws is going to OpTic. I was like, there's no way. I'm like, no, we can't lose Draws. Well, Kenny's leaving. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Envoys. I'm like, what? No.
No, yeah. That was unfortunate. I personally do not like Draza, and like you could say like I'm with all the fucking general fan base. I just personally
Right.
don't like him. I just think he's kind of annoying. I think he talks so much shit and is so egotistical for him being like bottom leaderboard half the time.
It personally, I find it funny that him and Scrap have so much beef with each other and that it's a real beef. Like Scrap and Clayster have beef, but Scrap and Clayster will also team up for like eights or something. Draza and Scrap, I don't think will ever team up for eights. And it's like a legit beef
No,
with
I
them.
don't even think they play in the same eights lobbies anymore just because of like
Yeah.
all this drama. Which, as much
It's
as I hate
funny.
to say it, I enjoy it because like I feel like it
Oh,
adds a bit more of like a bit more something to the CDL outside
right?
of the game. However, I don't like that it's like about their personal lives. I more so wish it
Yeah.
was about like some shit that
Game.
happened in game. But
Like,
I mean, it be what it be, bro. It's
right.
top tier content from the CDL, and like what they did at champs, people were bitching about like how they showed both their girls, like both of their
Right.
girlfriends, and I'm like, what do you mean? We're in the CDL is in the entertainment business. Like
Oh yeah.
it's a
Like
game
they
and
were
it's a
gonna
professional esport. Like even in normal sports, they do shit like that. They
oh
feed
yeah.
into the drama, they feed into the beef, because then it's gonna get more viewership. That's all. Like
Right.
that's all any of those like producers care about is the viewership.
Oh, and I think if you look at that day, I think that was probably I think Saturday champs, other than Sunday, was the most viewership. And probably just that like hour-long segment
No,
because it
dude,
was Draza versus Scrap.
I was so hyped when because I thought FaZe and Ultra were gonna play in Major 4 for grand finals. So I
Mhm.
was hyped as fuck to see that. But then, New York coming out of left fucking field and just
Yeah, dude.
winning. Um But I was so hyped at Champs when I saw that it was going to be Ultra and FaZe, and whichever one lost was done at Champs. I
Right?
was like, that's fucking insane.
Absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema.
Like, but with Draza going to FaZe, like let me circle it back to Draza going to FaZe. I was mad, but here's why. I'm not the biggest FaZe fan. I'm not like a super big hater of FaZe, but I'm just not a FaZe fan. I don't think Simp is bad. I don't think Abeezy's bad. The only person on that team that I genuinely like have like some dislikes and hatred for is Celium.
Dude.
That dude is a fucking cheeser and a half. You take away snaking, you take away stair glitches, you take away like any way for him to just sit back and do absolutely nothing. That man blows. And obviously, oh, well, what about this year? Okay, dude, what? They made a 2-pump rule in snaking? That man still snaked. I know damn well that man still snaked. Like, that dude snaked. That dude used every single heady in the book. Bro, oh, man.
Just your finger point that you're doing is just
hate him.
Me, dude.
I hate him.
No, like, okay, like, I get, like, why you wouldn't like him, but, like, at the same time, people can say the same shit about Shotzi. And, like,
oh, dude.
Honestly,
dude,
I don't care about what other people think about, like, any of the players. Me personally, I'm an OpTic fan.
Right.
I will come out and say I did switch up. I ended up switching up because in MW 2019 and in CW, I was actually a Mutineers fan. I fucking love the Mutineers. The main reason I love the Mutineers was because Ricky Atura replied to all of my tweets.
There it is.
Any tweet that I added him in, he would reply to, and I was like, little fucking like 16-year-old me. I was like, let's fucking go.
I got recognized.
Exactly, but no. Whenever they dropped Atura and Havoc, I also really liked Havoc.
Dude.
He was chill. Whenever they dropped Atura and Havoc, I was like, yeah, I'm not a Mutineers fan anymore, and I already like Scump's like content, so I was like, I'm gonna go watch Scump. Like, I'm gonna be an OpTic fan. And like, I also had a friend who was an OpTic fan, which is cool because the way I got into watching the CDL was back in MW19. Funny enough, or not funny enough, I guess the way I got into it was me and a couple of my friends. We were all in band together, and we were out on like a trip for a band contest, and we like went out to get pizza, and they were watching the CDL. And it was like Huntsman v FaZe or some shit, like really early on. I think it was the CDL kickoff, actually. And they were watching that shit, and I was just watching over them. And MW19 was actually the first ever COD I ever pre-ordered. So I was like into the game with them, and I would play COD all the time with them. And then fucking ranked, because by the way, MW19 did not have ranked. They had the competitive playlist, and that's all it was, which... Yeah. I'll circle back to that after I finish the story. But yeah, like they started watching, and I ended up watching like on my weekends, and I really liked Havoc, and I liked the rest of the Mutineers team. And it was cool. It was also cool seeing Mutineers win a fucking chip, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. Mutineers won a chip in MW19.
I remember
right after they picked up Awakening, and they thought he was cheating.
Big Wake.
Big Wake.
Giga Wake, as Nameless would call him. Giga Wake.
Literally. No, but back to the MW 2019 competitive playlist. I personally feel that whenever ranked play drops, or not even whenever ranked play drops, whenever a COD drops, if we don't get ranked play, I don't complain as much because I can enjoy pubs and I can enjoy Warzone. I just wish that they would drop a competitive playlist and keep the competitive playlist for content creators to push towards and like do funny classes, like fun challenges, but within a competitive like kind of mindset, and then also keep ranked play in, if you know what I'm saying. So basically I have two separate modes. One has no rank, one has rank, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like that would be great for us content creators that want to do competitive content, but and like
not have to worry about
not have to worry about fucking drowning my SR. Like,
right? I don't want to sit here and drown my SR, go from gold 2 to bronze 2 because I'm using a sniper that has no scope, has the worst barrel. Yeah. But So, oh man. So now I'll explain my love for LAT real quick. I know we like have been jumping around champs, but I have been following 100 Thieves, not super extensively close, but like super. I've been following them since they started. When Nadeshot left OpTic, I was like, oh, because Nadeshot was one of my favorites for OpTic because I loved his intro, I loved his content. But when he left, I was like, oh no. He said, yeah, I'm starting my own company. I was like, all right, what are we doing? He goes, yeah, I'm starting 100 Thieves. I'm gonna do it. I'm like, oh, all right, here we go. I'm like, another team for me to root for. And then they got a team in the CDL. I was like, oh, here we go. We're here. LA Thieves. That sounds nice. LAT. I thought Kenny was a monster in Cold War because that's when I first started was Cold War.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this dude's a monster. This dude's a beast. And then I hated the rest of our team. It was
Yeah. I mean,
Cold
CW.
War.
Oh my God, CWLAT was fucking
Dude,
horrible. That's where
we
the
were horrendous.
oh my God, that's when like the dropped meme came out of
Mm-hmm.
JCap because they would
Yep.
always drop somebody like every fucking week, and they just
Yep.
pick up some random, or they would pick up fucking John,
Yep.
who like
Dude, we
respectively, like that guy's good, he's great, he's an OG goat, but I think it's
you
time
suck.
to hang up the sticks, cuzzo.
Yeah.
I think you're
Like
done.
I think our team, I think when we started, like when the CDL started, I think it was Kenny, Slasher, Temp, and I can't remember who the fourth was. Dude, who was that fourth? I can't remember.
It
Some
was.
rando.
It
Because
wasn't.
I,
No, it wasn't Envoy because that was Chicago Optic. That was when that was a
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Who the
Envoy was
fuck
still on
was it? Now I
Optic.
gotta look it up.
Because,
Like,
yeah, and Octane didn't come till like towards the end of the year because Octane was on Seattle. But, dude, I, without a doubt, thought Slasher sucked. I was like, you're bad. Oh no, it's TJ Halley. It was TJ.
was it?
Yeah, it was TJ. I remember that because the original four, yeah, it was Kenny, TJ, Temp, and Slasher. And dude, Slasher was buns.
Yeah. Wait.
Dude, our lineup was
Kenny,
nuts.
TJ,
Temp.
Hook, and Slasher. Temp got picked up later in the year.
Oh yeah. I forgot Hook was there too.
Yeah,
I
because
forgot
that's when the
Hook.
whole like Crim Six,
Yep.
Hook Poppin' Addies beef started.
Yep. Yeah, because then New York subliners, I remember there was like a big thing with them picking up, I think Kremp, because it was like Kremp Clay, Hydra, or did Hydra come in? No, Hydra didn't come
Hydra
in.
came in late CW.
Yeah. I can't remember who their starting four was, but I remember like they did
It
the
was
whole
Clay.
night vision fucking Clay and Krem were like TPing somebody's house. I was like, what
It
is
wasn't
this?
Krim. Krim was still on
I thought
Dallas
it
Empire
was.
then.
Oh yeah,
Dallas
yeah,
Empire still existed back then.
yeah. Dude, I didn't hate Dallas Empire,
Because
but
CW was before Boston Breach came in.
yeah, didn't Boston come at like the end of CW? They were like, here's a new team
Well, yeah, because
next
it
game.
wasn't the end of CW. It was that's when the rumors started coming out, but
Mm,
it was because Optic and Envy were doing the merger. So
yeah,
then that opened up a spot on the CDL, and then Oxygen Esports was like Boston Breach, dude.
Boston Breach. Yikes for that
Yay.
team.
The original
But
Boston Breach team wasn't horrible. I enjoyed
right,
methods in green, but I enjoy them in a better green, if you know what I'm
right.
saying.
You enjoy him in green, but you enjoy him in the green wall. Dude,
Yeah. 1000%.
speaking of that fan base is nuts. But back to, LAT and champs. So start of this year, I was scared. I was like, man, I don't know who's gonna be on our team. Ghosty had been dropped from Optic. Thank you, by the way. Ghosty had been dropped.
Little layup.
Uh, yeah, I was like, dude, thanks for the layup. We'll take him.
Dude, imagine they
And
win EWC and the Optic Curse still exists.
I'd cry. I would actually cry.
That'd be
I
crazy.
I would cry and I'd go broke because I'd be buying like every LAT thing I could, dude. I mean,
You'd be
like,
going on
this is my
eBay looking
team.
for Ghosty's
Oh,
original LAT
yep.
jersey.
Oh, I'd be going nuts. But we start the year off, and I'm like, dude, we're gonna suck. And then the roster mania is still going on. Oh, LAT hasn't picked up a team yet. And I'm like, what's the rumors? Ghosty. I'm like, all right, I fuck with that. Joe Deceives, that guy's buns. Afro, that guy's buns. Cammy, who? Like, we're giving Ghosty, and all three dudes are buns, dude. Like,
That guy's
Cammy,
buns.
dude. What? Cammy played last year for Rocker. What'd they do? Joe Deceives played for LAG. What'd they do? And then Astro played for London Royal Ravens. This team was top 12 at every major.
Okay,
like,
wait, but we're talking MW2 London. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
yeah,
Vanguard London was actually a different
Yeah.
breed. They were a
I'm
dark
talking-
horse every major. It was
I was
scary.
saying, I'm talking about MW2 major.
Oh yeah, I don't even remember.
MW2.
I don't even remember MW2 London roster.
Dude, a seam. It was a seam, nasty, Afro, and then was that? And then was it Zero? I think it was Zero.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Maybe actually, I could be.
I
wrong.
can't remember
don't
because I know
fucking
Zero. I think Zero
They
retired
didn't
this
win
offseason.
shit, so
Yeah, it don't matter. They were top 12 in almost every single event.
probably.
But we start the year off, can't win a hard point. I'm like, bro,
With all
what?
rookies too, with all early guns, like that's crazy.
We're sitting there, and then all of a sudden, we would like get to round 11s in S&D. I'm like, bro, how are we not winning a hard point? But we're like S&D gods. Control, we're a little sloppy. I'm like, all right, so our respawn sucks. So then, qualifiers go, or qualifiers for Major 1 go, and I'm like, all right, well, we're coming into this major. I'm like, I'm not expecting much. We don't go that far. I'm like, all right, cool, sweet. We'll redo. Oh, well, we're dropping Cammy. Oh, who are we dropping Cammy for? Oh, we're dropping it for Nasty. Who is this guy? Like, who?
the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, dude, like, pull up Conor McGregor and be like, who the fuck is that guy? Like, dude. Nasty comes in. We send Joe Deceives down to phase black, and then we pick up Kremp. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, all right, Kremp's good. Didn't realize Kremp was as tall as he is, by the way. Like, that dude,
Yeah,
I thought that dude was like 5'9" at most. That dude is 6'2" or something. Like, that man could sit and be looking over the monitors. And we didn't do stuff. And then I was like, dude, Afro's got to go. I'm like, we boot that man to the curb. This man blows. Like I said, this man's buns. We drop him down to FaZe Clan. We pick Joe Deceives back up. And I'm like, okay, I'll give Joe another try. We do pretty good in Major 3. We didn't do good in Major 2. We did pretty good in Major 3. I don't think we did that bad in Major 4. I can't remember the run we had in Major 4. But the qualifiers...
I remember that.
The qualifiers from Major 1 to before Champs, like, we started to pick stuff up. When we won our first hard point, by the way, I celebrated. I'm like, yes, we won a hard point. Like, dude, I was like glued to my screen, and we won.
Shotgunning and everything.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
hard point, baby.
I about like took my jersey off and like swung it around like a fan, But we started picking up some pace, and I'm like, all right, here we go. Then Champs. I'm like, all right. I'm like, we're in top 8. If we finish Champs top 8, it's whatever. We had a good run. That first day, we 3-1 Toronto. I was like,
wait a minute.
We might have a chance to win this thing. I'm like, we might win this thing. Then we go up 2-0 to you. You reverse sweep us. You guys, so you guys just, I knew it was over. I knew our Champs run was on this slow decline when Pred stood up and just did this, and I was like, oh,
dude, he did it hard
like,
too. He was actually choking himself.
Did
you see that clip of Shotzi? Shotzi was like, dude, I feel like AG's done this before. Like, that's insane. That's such an insane calm.
But we lost to you guys, and I was like, who do we got to face? And I'm like, well, we probably have to face either, no, we had to go down and face Miami because you guys respectfully whoop Miami. I was like, here we go. That's my team.
Womp womp.
But we go down, we beat Miami, we 3-0 Miami. I was like, bye bye. Like, take my Vamos, bitch. And then, the day, Saturday, it's the day of absolute cinema. We 3-0 Miami. FaZe gets 3-0'd by Toronto, which again I thought FaZe was gonna go way further than they did.
I thought we were like map 5, round 11. Every single map was like,
oh yeah,
close. Like,
nope.
Ooh,
yikers!
There's at least one person on the chopping block after this tournament,
dude. And then we have to come to Toronto again, and I'm like, man. But didn't we went round 5? I think we went game 5, round 11 with them, didn't we? I can't remember.
I think so. I know it was close.
It was close. We went to a game 5, round 11, and man,
dude,
finished top 4.
I thought we were seeing LAT in grand finals. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm saying this. I think if we would have beat Toronto, we would have kept that momentum to go beat. I feel like we would have beat New York, and dude, we would have had at least, in my head, we would have at least won 3 out of the 5 in grand finals. I feel like we would have won the.
OpTic was taking it in 8.
I think you guys would have taken it in 8, but the reason I say that is because we started to become a really good respawn team. Like, also,
dude.
also, respectfully, I'm saying this now, respectfully, you guys would have won on that sub base hardpoint. Like, they could have had that control. You all would have like baby armed them in that sub base hard. Like, you're going up against OpTic. This is the only team to play sub base hardpoint. Like, I don't think I've seen
the only team that's consistent
good at
on sub base hardpoint.
Yeah. I'm like, who made the vetoes?
I thought it was funny that like sub base hardpoint was like a neutral map for most fucking teams, and then there's OpTic. There's just like, yes sir, that's me.
That's our map.
That's me.
That's our map.
And
that's our map, dog. But dude, I will say finishing top 4 at Champs it put a smile on my face. I was like,
if we saw any of the other top 4 teams in grand finals, it still would have been great. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
Like,
and respect to New York. I will say this right here, right now. Skies, I respect that man. Because that dude looked at his team. That dude looked at his team and said, we'll be back. We'll be back. And I'm like, will you though? Like, I questioned it. I was like, your guys' performance. I love Skies,
and in my opinion, Hydra's still the best player in the league. Kismet's all right.
Oh,
I don't like Sib. I just think he's got like massive fuckboy energy. And it's just like, bro, like, you're a pro COD player. Chill the fuck out.
I'm saying this now. Again, I haven't watched the CWL. I haven't watched the CDL a lot, but I'm going to say this now. There is no way you can look at Sib and go, yeah, we'll drop Priesta for you. There's no way.
I don't know. I mean, like, comparing their stats side by side in MW2, like, maybe. Because, like, Sib and Pred, whenever they first debut, like, their professional COD careers in Vanguard, God tier. Pretty boy Pred, and then you got Sib. Dude. Like, they were low-key, like, oh, dude. I loved watching Seattle Surge in Vanguard. Now, MW2 is a different story because, like, they kind of started falling off then.
Yeah.
However, Iceman Lamar, a.k.a. Accuracy, always had some fire plays. Mac, don't know what the fuck happened to him. It just fell off the fucking planet.
I would say his mom, I think he was dealing with like depression and then something with his mom. That's why he took this year off. I don't think he retired. I think he was like, hey, I'm like not competing this year. Like, I'm going to focus on myself. I might come back next year. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't follow him, so I don't know exactly what happened. But then you got Pred and Sib, who are like, Pred on Seattle, I think, was better than Pred on OpTic. And that's saying something because Pred was, I think he was overall, oh no, I saw a stat the other day. Overall, Pred had more 30 bombs than Shotzi, which I was like, that's my pretty boy Pred right there.
Okay, I have to say this before like it gets sidetracked and I forget. That right there is scarier in my opinion, just Pred and Shotzi, than the Tiny Terrors.
I
And here's
just
here's my reasoning, okay? I hate to cut you off. Pred is more of a slower AR, but if you give him a map where he can just run around and do damage, he'll run around and do damage,
did you
right?
call Predator AR?
Oh, SMG, my
My
B,
bad, dude.
my bad, cuzzo.
My B,
God,
cuz
don't shoot the messenger, bro.
No, I'm shooting him.
But Pred is more of a slower. Pred is more of like a slower SMG, but if you give him a map that he can just do damage on, he'll do damage. Shotzi, it don't matter what map it is, that man is jumping off anything
Dude, he's
he can.
flying, dude. He's
Bro,
Superman. He's just fucking,
I
he's
remember
Spider-Man, dude. He's just flying, whipping through
when
everywhere.
when this season started, when Terminal was in the rotation, I remember countless times this man dolphin diving off of top AC to get to A bomb. I'm like, this man
No, dude, he literally
doesn't
looked like
care.
he's like about to hit like a OG like fucking trick
Oh,
shot. Like,
right? But it's like, dude, what is scarier, getting first blooded by a Beezy or just all of a sudden looking up and saying, oh my god, he's flying? Like, it's Shotzi. It's like,
no, it's Shotzi.
holy shit,
It's a
where's
bird.
he
It's a
going?
plane.
It's
No, it's Shotzi.
Shotzi. Like, dude, it's that dude's nuts. Like, I would be terrified loading into a map. Like, man, who's on the other board? All right, dude, we got Adolf Drippler 420. Shotzi. Yeah, we lost. GG's.
We lost.
Like,
GG's. I'm done.
GG's. I'm done.
I'm actually
I'm putting my
I'm
control.
just turning my console off. Like I'm
Dude,
done.
I got stuff to go do. I can't play
Oh
anymore.
shit. My girl asked me to take the trash out about like last
Right
week
now?
or
Yeah,
something.
dude. Yeah.
So I'll be
She's been
back.
asking me she's been asking me since I loaded in. But man, like all due respect, like all respect to Simp and Abeezy, but I seriously think Pred and Shotzi are probably the scariest SMG duo that I feel like are out there. Like Tiny Terrors are scary, but I think with this new Call of Duty, they're about to be nuts.
Yeah.
It's oh
I'm
man,
excited.
I'm
I'm
scared.
excited for like a new movement key, a new
Oh
like engine key with the new BO6 Omni movement or whatever the fuck it's called. I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm excited to see Shotzi on the new movement. I don't know why I became Trump.
say you
China.
like became Donald Trump. Yeah, dude, like Donald Trump. Donald Trump for CDL CEO now.
No, he's
But
gonna be a caster. He's gonna be like, oh my god, Shotzi.
oh my
Absolutely
god, we
just
got
demolished the Tiny Terrors.
absolutely. It's huge. He's going huge. Nice two piece by
Some
Ant.
would call him Big Wake. I call him Small Wake. He's kind of
I call him
trash.
I call him Small Wig.
That's a donut
Dude.
in his hand right now.
Okay. I feel like I feel like we have to address this talking about champs. I want to ask you this. How do you feel that OpTic hosted champs this year?
You know, I was actually gonna ask you that. So
Like
okay,
you
so
being the fan.
I think OpTic took the opportunity. I didn't see that much of an issue. Because like,
Right.
okay, yes, there are like some things that wouldn't happen in a normal neutral CDL controlled event. However, if that's actually some bullshit, then Mr. CDL CEO, why the fuck did we do a major 4 with no fans? We could have done an OpTic major once again.
Right.
Bars. But no, okay, so
Yeah.
like there's a few things like the whole drumming from Hitch. Yeah, that's an OpTic major thing.
Right.
The
Yeah, they do it every
dynasty,
OpTic major.
the OG dynasty coming out before the current OpTic comes out, that's
Right.
an OpTic home series production thing.
Right.
However, it wasn't just OpTic producing all of this. They were side by side with the CDL. So why the fuck is OpTic getting all the flack? They saw an
Right.
opportunity and they were like, let me snag that up. Shout out
Right.
Hex. That man had a good fucking mindset going into it. But like my thing is like, okay, yeah, I can agree on the point of champs should be a CDL or whatever organization the pro league is called. it should
Mhm.
be that organization's fault and where hosting it. It shouldn't be a team hosted thing. Like I like what they did last year where it was in Vegas. Vegas didn't make champs. However,
Right.
it's really hard to do stuff like that because we already had a Boston major this year, right?
Hmm.
Boston would be like the only team that wasn't secured champs.
Right.
And you're not going to be like, all right, champs is 3 weeks away. Um,
You're not making champs.
let's announce the place where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really
Right.
it would be really difficult to do that. And venues for like the venue like for where the grant where champs was like that would have been taken.
Oh yeah, that'd have been
Like
taken.
the venue for where Boston majors normally happen. That probably would have been taken by then. That's why like OpTic took the opportunity and they went with it. However, I don't think it's bullshit. I don't think any of the production helped the players win champs. And
Right.
people who bitch about like, oh, the green wall was so much louder. The green wall is loud anywhere.
I would
Literally
say,
any major you go to, you can sometimes fight against an ultra major, but I still think
but
watching back the ultra major this year, I still think that the green wall was a lot louder than the ultra fans. And
I
I don't know. I feel like it's bullshit that people are like trying to put like, oh, OpTic only
this is
won
why they won.
because of this on that. And like almost every time a champ a champs is won over the
Hmm.
past 5 years at least. I don't know too much about CWL. There's always been controversy at the end of champs. Like when LAT won in Vanguard, it was, oh well, Keeks Josh's
Yeah.
girlfriend
Yeah.
was yelling at the players when they were diffusing, and I'm just like,
Right.
Jaza didn't hear her. However, I
Yeah.
don't like
There's
Keeks and I don't like Jaza.
right.
Jaza did not
But
hear her.
it's also another thing too is you can watch back like old majors and there's a bunch of fans that are yelling that too. Like obviously you're going to hear her over everybody because she's probably closer to like the microphones and all that. But what like obviously everybody's going to single her out because they're like, "Oh, she's standing where Draza can see her, like blah blah blah. She can give him like because I remember that was a big thing too, was like Draza could see her, and it's like, I mean, okay, I
Yeah.
guess, but he's not gonna hear her. He's got two headphones on. He's got the earbuds of white noise, and then he's got his over the ear headphones that they wear. So it's like,
Which are pretty cranked so he
oh
can
yeah,
play the fucking game.
right.
And it's not even just the game that's in those earbuds, it's also his fucking teammates.
Oh yeah. So he's got Octane, Envoy, and Kenny all yelling at him that he's probably defusing. So it probably wasn't her like screaming that. I bet Octane, no, not even Octane. I bet Kenny 100% with Kenny's game sense was like, "Hey Draws, do a bomb check real quick."
No,
Like I
yeah.
100% was like, "Yeah, do a bomb check real quick. You got bomb checks, Draws?" And I bet Draws was like, I can check real quick."
No,
Like,
yeah.
let
I
me just
just
check that
think
real quick.
esports in general, sports in general actually, there's
Mhm.
always going to be controversy after like whichever team wins the world championship title or the championship title. Um I just think what we're placing it on this year is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Like the green
bro,
wall is gonna back.
I'm
The green
sorry.
wall is
If
gonna
I'm a
back Optic.
professional player and I hear some fucking drums and the green wall saying green wall, that ain't
I'm getting
affecting
hyped.
how I'm playing.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna affect
I'm
like
already
if
hyped because I'm in fucking champs.
right,
Like, I'm
dude.
in
Even if
grand
I
finals at champs. Like, what's hyper for me? That is literally like my
what-
community, my careers. Like, that's number two on the list. Number one is winning. Like,
right, because like if I'm an Optic player, like, even if I'm an Optic player and I go to Toronto and we're in grand finals of Toronto, we're like here, and I come out and they're like screaming like green wall and all that. I don't even care if it's like 10 people versus like 10 other FaZe fans, LAT fans, like that shit right there. Like I'm hyped. I'm like that's just hype right there. Like that's my community, that's my fans.
yeah.
And then oh okay, major four, we finished last, whatever, no fans. we're coming back home. Like, Champs is coming home. So, guess what? I'm about to win that trophy, and we ain't got to drive. We don't got to put it on a plane. We don't got to do nothing. Like, that shit's going in my car. We driving home. Like, bringing the champ home. Like, oh, man. I just hate the fact that people are like, they only won because it was at OpTic. No, like, that's not why they won. They don't. I feel like I'm going to say this. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate in the comments. And if I do, whatever. I don't think there is a effective home field advantage.
Not in esports.
Not in esports. But here's why. Like you said, everywhere you go, Green Wall is going to follow. I genuinely think there's more Green Wall fans or OpTic fans at most of these majors than there are FaZe fans, Toronto fans, LAT, Breach. Actually, I don't know if there's any Breach fans. Doug.
Let us know in the comments if you're a Breach fan.
Yeah, we know damn well there ain't no Vegas Legion fans.
A single comment.
Breach fan. That's no, me, you're not. That's me. No, you're not. But no, I definitely think OpTic won this major fair and square. I like the setup. I think the setup or champs.
There it is.
Champs. They won this. They won champs fair and square.
Indeed, they did.
Now we go on to EWC. But I think for every single major, we do the face-to-face. I don't think we do
that was hard as hell.
Off to the sides. We do face-to-face. Because, dude, I loved the trash talk, dude.
Oh, you're talking about while gaming. I thought you were talking about, like, how in grand finals, they had both teams walk out and just face each other for a moment. And then walk behind their setups. That was hard as hell.
That's hard.
The whole face-to-face, I like that. But I like how Valorant actually sets up theirs because it's kind of like face to face, but they're at like a diagonal angle, and it opens up the stage like a lot.
Right.
And they're like
they're like a big circle, aren't they?
Not exactly. It's kind of like a diagonal like curve, but it's not a fucking large ass circle. Like you got one enemy like fucking player right next to you. You just screen peek. Oh yeah, he's
on bomb.
He's on C actually. They're going to plant C, guys.
Tens, he's about to chow you in one.
Really.
Two. He's chowing. He's chowing.
That'd be fried as fuck.
That'd be some shit. You imagine that, dude?
No, they would have to do what they did in schools where they put the fucking folders up so nobody cheats. All right, guys, put your anti-cheating folders up.
But
Yo,
I
Jimmy,
definitely like.
Yo, Jimmy,
what you got over there, Tens?
Yo, Jimmy, what you got on number 24? Oh, you
got
12? I got Benjamin Franklin. Shit.
Benjamin Franklin. Shit. I'm on the wrong test.
Goddamn.
But dude, okay. Speaking of trash talk, I brought him up, but I gotta talk about him again, dude. Scrap. I have to.
Oh, he's the number one trash talker in the fucking league. That man
talks trash, but he backs it up, dude. That's the thing, bro. Even when they finished top 6, the clip of Jiraza, because Scrap was in his chat, like after major, like 1 or 2, whatever. Like Jiraza's flexing his money. He's like, man, dude, I got a band on my arm right now, bro. Like whatever. He's like, don't finish top 4. Don't finish top 4. And then
top 6.
Top 6. Like, guess who's getting dropped?
You're on the chopping block, brother.
But I think if FaZe does not perform in EWC, we might see more than just draws getting dropped.
Oh, I 1000% see Celium probably going. Or crazy. I could honestly see anything happen with that team.
Mm-hmm.
I personally can also see the Tiny Terrors splitting up because I have a friend that some of you may know in the community. I'm not going to call him out. I have a friend that says that the Tiny Terrors are never breaking up. Yeah, they said that about T2P and that happened. So,
yeah, I was gonna say,
you know, shit happens, you know? And then I'm hearing shit. I'm going to bring this up. I'm hearing shit about Scrap and Ghosty going to FaZe, which means Celium and Draza, they're kicking the can. They're somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
Which, okay, I would like those two to be on FaZe. I think Scrap would match the energy of Abizi and Simp very well. I think Ghosty has very intellectual knowledge that can very much help their respawn. What's helping their S&D though? And that's why I personally think the even better play would be, sorry Ghosty, love that man Dan. He's a great guy. He's a great professional competitor. I personally would like to see Clayster over there because I think Scrap would help in the response with the tiny terrors. I think Clayster adds in that veteran culture, which is the same shit they did with OpTic, and look who just won champs.
And
now you can argue that they're two main ARs. However, have we not see role changes happen before?
Oh yeah. I mean,
it's
look
happened
at Kenny.
And it's performed well.
As I look at Kenny, look at Draza and Kenny for Vanguard.
Yeah.
Because Kenny was on AR, Draza was on SMG, and they're like, we need to flip this. So then Kenny went SMG, Draza went AR, and we won champs.
And also, we're playing CODs anymore that don't just do 2 ARs, 2 SMGs.
Yeah,
there was literally a map in MW3 Invasion 4 ARs. Like almost every time you saw that map near the end of the year, it was just 4 AR game.
4 ARs. I think we need a 3-gun meta again.
Oh, 1,000%. Honestly,
for ranked.
It's so difficult because one of the guns is always going to be OP, and then the pros are just going to GA it, and then you're just stuck down with a two gun meta. Next thing you know, they're going to GA one of the other guns, and we're just going to have one gun for the whole fucking year.
And we're just going to be running around with pistols.
League, actually.
Yeah, it's a sniping only or pistols league.
Literally.
Dude.
No, I think GAs, I understand them. I think they're cool. I don't think they've done it before. They did it very early in the CDL. They haven't done it since, and I'm happy about this. Back in MW19, Seattle Surge broke a GA against Atlanta FaZe.
Oh no.
And they reset the map because the GA got broken. I don't think the league should interrupt into GAs because the GAs is between pro to pro, and it's a gentleman's agreement. That's what it stands for.
Right.
So I don't think the league should partake in the GAs. I personally don't think that GAs should exist in ranked play because that's some bullshit.
What was the punishment now if you broke GA this year? I think it was like you couldn't practice.
Oh yeah, like they would just get blacklisted pretty much.
Yeah, until you couldn't scrim them.
Yeah,
for like a week or something like that.
I can't remember what team got hit with that, but a team got hit with that this year. Subliners.
That's because first qualifiers, like literally, I think that weekend that it was agreed that snaking is GA'd. Skies is on P1 on, is it Karachi with top third, with P1 being that middle section?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on Karachi and he was snaking that. And you can see it in his camera where he's like, yeah, whatever, man, let's play it out. And then in the interview, he's like, yeah, I was snaking. He's like, I forgot. We just agreed on that. I forgot. It's whatever. He's like, I'll take it. It's whatever. So they didn't scrim like 2 weeks because they were blacklisted.
Yeah.
And so they went to Major 1 not having scrimmed anybody. He was like, yeah, we have no practice. He's like, we practice against bots. Like we did, and nobody wanted to scrim us. So I think GAs are fine. I follow the GAs in rank play because I also like at a little bit of time was like, I'm gonna compete. Not anymore.
I think everybody who's within the competitive Call of Duty community has said that before.
Yeah.
I was also like that. MW19 to the beginning of CW, I was a competitor, never performed in any tournaments and leagues. I just scrimmed.
Right.
And then after the beginning of CW, I quit. And then Vanguard, I performed in a Challenger Cup, got DFR'd. MW2, I thought I was going to take the game serious and like, you know, fucking go out and go hard. I performed in 2 Challenger Cups, got DFR'd.
What does DFR mean?
Double first rounded, which actually is technically wrong because the Challenger Cups don't have double rounds. It's just one bracket. So I just got first rounded every time I perform in a Challenger Cup. But you know, one day we get past that first round, chat. One day.
I 100%, depending on how this next game goes, I'd try. I'd be down to just make like a
Just a
like a
content
fuck
like
it.
fuck around team.
Yeah, just like fuck it, like a
Give
fuck it
somebody some free
challengers,
pro points just to play us.
right? Yeah, dude. Like, dude, I'll get like, come on, man. Like, let's just fuck around. Like, well, you can use this as a scrim team. We're just here to fuck around. Like, they said at the beginning of this game where Methods, Scump,
Nadeshot.
I think it was
and
Nadeshot
Embos.
and Embos were like, yeah, dude, we're just gonna play challengers.
Just fuck
we're
around.
not. He's like, we're gonna just fuck around the challengers. Like, we don't care. And then I don't think they ended up doing that because
No,
the
they did
watch
not.
party and all that.
No,
But
yeah, because the watch party always lined up with the Challenger Cup because the Challenger Cup was always on a Saturday, and every
Yep.
time there was a Challenger Cup, they'd be doing the watch party.
man,
It's
I'm hoping for
unfortunate. Because they know they're making it past first round, so they're not waking up at 9 a.m. PT to fucking play challengers, and then, go on a couple hours later, and you're supposed to be doing the watch party, but they're sitting there, they're still going in challengers. Yeah, they're not doing that. And then also, like, Nadeshot had his kids, so there was that.
Man, speaking of Nadeshot, that man says some heinous stuff. Dude, off the dome. Just
so
says
does Scump, bro. I don't know what it is with those two. They just say some crazy shit.
I mean,
but it's funny as fuck.
It right gets views. Like they're clip farmers, bro.
I think the best piece of content, or the best clip, I guess, that has came out of any CDL content this year is Scump telling Hex that he cranked it in the Hex corners.
And then Methods getting grossed out.
Methods is like, what, bro? Like, you're just letting that happen?
And then Hex is like, whoa, Hex don't shame him for it.
And shit.
Yeah.
I'm like,
don't shame him
crazy.
for it. Dude, I think the craziest thing I've heard from Nadeshot, though, was one time he said something about his wife. Like, he was like, I told my wife, like I don't think it works. And the next thing I know, like, we're having a kid. So it works, boys. It works. Like, what can I say? And I'm like, Nade, what the fuck are you saying, dude?
I was just yapping to yap at that point.
Like, his man, or when what was it? It was after it was his intro to his stream after the Nadeshot versus Banks 1v1. He's like, so, dude, I'm gonna do it.
So funny because it like does this little fucking like animation. He's just.
I love Nadeshot. He's moving to Texas.
All right, guys.
Dude, he might be in some OpTic content. He's moving to Texas.
That'd be fire. He's definitely going to be on the Eavesdrop podcast with Hex.
Oh yeah. He'll probably guest star on the.
Or they'll do
around the bar.
They would have to fucking fly out OpTic, but they'll bring back the dynasty.
That'd be some shit.
Methods.
Wait.
What am I yapping about?
No, they wouldn't have to fly out anybody. They just have to fly out Nade. Because like everybody for OpTic's in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just a random thing that popped in my head. I was scrolling through Twitter again before, we started, and I saw, APG is, right? He is a Halo player. He now plays for, I can't remember what team he plays for. He used to play for OpTic. He won a championship with OpTic.
Yeah.
He was because Halo Land just started today, and so they're doing the qualifiers, dude. They're doing we're in like black curtains, trash talk, whatever. He stood up, he's like, how the fuck you gonna trash talk me in the lobby and not back at him? This dude's yapping at him, and he's going back and forth with him. And he gets up and he goes, yeah. What about that, bud? And the dude goes, I don't give a shit. And he's like, apparently you do, because you're still talking to me. And then he sits down and he goes, I'm just kidding, APG. Love you, buddy. I'm like, that's some shit right there. That's trash talk at its finest. Motherfucker pulled out the Clay Thompson, was like, got a ring, boss. Got 4 of them things. 4 rings. Like, this motherfucker got 1 ring. His middle finger is his ring finger. He's like the whole time. He's just, yeah, exactly like that. Just the whole time. I'm like, dude, That's disrespect. Like I'd shake that man's hand after I got absolutely swamped, like mollywopped by him, dude. Speaking or not speaking of trash talk and all that, back on like champs real quick as well. Kenny was on his stream either today or yesterday talking about his 2 champs wins. He says, dude, it's so awesome to win for OpTic and LAT. And he starts talking about his Vanguard. He goes, Vanguard, respectfully, Vanguard was free. Like he was like, the Vanguard win was respectfully, Vanguard was free. And I'm like, I fuck with it. Like, yeah, that was. Man, I'm so excited for EWC.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping it doesn't start like super early because I know they're in Dubai, but I'm really hoping it doesn't start like super early for me because I'm not waking up to watch LAT get like 3-0'd first rounded out. Like, no.
Dude, imagine.
Finish top 4 in champs, you finish last.
These get 3-0'd. You're just like, well,
I'm going to bed.
I'm gonna go sleep for 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm going to bed for 24 hours. Catch me on a flight to LA.
Real shit.
Go rip him a new asshole.
Nadeshot.
Nadeshot. Put me a coach. Like, bro, dude, I'll come in.
There
I'll
go,
play with
Steve. Go and give him a phase, actually.
You know what? Scrap them all, dude. I can 1v4 the whole league.
Dan go see. He don't know more than me.
He don't know more than me.
He don't. Know
I don't
more
know the
than
spawns.
Put me in, cut.
Put me in, cut.
Hey, dap that shit,
bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Then I walk in there. I'm in their little intro. I walk up to Dan. You're in my seat, cuh. You're in my seat, cuh. Hey, Joe, you can also leave too. And Teletubby looking ass, get out of here. Crimp, you can stay because I need somebody to be my hype man. Nasty, I know nothing about you. And here's the dog. Put the dog. Take
the dog back. Actually, take him back.
Take the dog.
Where you get him? The pound? Yeah, he can go back.
He can go back. Yep. Go back to Josh. Go back to Josh. Hey, that man follows me on Twitter.
Shout out Josh.
Shout out Josh. I love you, Josh. You're probably not going to see this, but love you.
I'm very excited for EWC. I'm very excited to see the roster mania that happens after EWC, and I'm very excited for us, along with our special guest for episode 2, to talk about that. But
oh, dude, we're gonna get a banger.
Oh yeah, 1000%. This one's a banger. Me personally, I think
certified.
This one's a banger.
We didn't really do good intros.
What do you mean, bro? Tornology. Welcome.
Tornology, right? You know, we held you guys at gunpoint. You guys are gonna watch.
Yeah, bro. Fucking peep this shit.
Peep this shit right now, cuh.
Oh, but
repost.
Anyways,
share this with your friends.
Very excited for episode 2. I hope you guys are very excited. If you guys haven't already, make sure you check out tornshop.us. Me and Trover, we're both wearing that good shit. I got a hat back there too. I got 3 pieces in the camera frame. Oh, look at Trover. Look at that sexy man with that trucker hat. Oh my god. As you guys know, you can use any creator code, but this is Tornology. This is mine and Trover's. Use code Cliff, or you can use code Trover. Maybe we'll have a Tornology code in the future.
Maybe. We don't know.
Maybe. Anyways, y'all. Appreciate
y'all. Top 14, baby.
Appreciate y'all for sticking through this full episode of Tornology. And we will catch you guys next time.
Doses.
Yeah.